All right, let's dive right in. Today we are going to talk about the single most dangerous trap for any ambitious professional. And no, it's not failure. It's the comfort zone. We're going to dismantle it piece by piece. Because this isn't about laziness. It's about the very smart, very sophisticated logic you use to talk yourself out of your own potential. The truth is that safe choice has already cost you everything. You just haven't gotten the bill yet.
And this quote right here, this is everything. See, waiting toward a goal means you're moving, you're making progress. But waiting for something, for the perfect market, for your boss to finally notice you, for absolute certainty to show up, that kind of waiting can eat up an entire career. And the crazy part is, it will always feel completely justified. That tiny shift in thinking is the whole difference between a life that's building and a life that's just circling the runway.
Okay, so let's get into it. The very first step is to get honest about the story you tell yourself to justify staying put. And look, this isn't some flimsy excuse. It's a well-crafted narrative. It sounds like wisdom, but it functions like a cage.
And that's the real trap, isn't it? Your safe story isn't a total lie. It's got bits of truth in it, about patience, about strategy, about being smart. You tell yourself you're being prudent, you're being measured, and that's what makes it so dang effective. It doesn't feel like a cage. It feels like a smart, well-furnished room you chose to be in. The only problem is, the door locks from the outside, and you've been telling yourself you'll leave in just a little while, for years now.
Do any of these sound a little too familiar? I'm playing the long game is what you say when you decide not to pitch that risky project. Waiting for enough capital becomes the reason you don't start small right now, right? And oh man, the most dangerous one for high performers. I'm strategic about my energy. They all sound like discipline, right? But more often than not, they're just avoidance wearing a tailored suit, keeping you perpetually, professionally, almost ready.
So why does this happen? Let's get into the science of it. Because I want you to understand, this is not a character flaw. It's not that you've lost your ambition. It's a calibration problem happening inside your brain. And believe me, our modern work environment is making it worse every single day. This is a real thing. A clinical state that researchers at places like Stanford talk about. Your brain has literally been rewired. See, we think of dopamine as the pleasure chemical, but it's not. It's the motivation chemical. It's the engine that drives you to pursue things. But when you constantly flood that engine with cheap, easy rewards, the harder, more meaningful work, it just doesn't provide enough of a kick to even get started.
So here's the deal. Your brain evolved for the high-effort, high-friction world you see on the left. But it's living 24/7 in the world on the right. Just think about it for a second. The deep, hard effort it takes to write a complex strategy document is now competing with the instant hit of clearing your inbox or getting a like on LinkedIn. And let's be honest, the cheap rewards are winning. This just nails it. Your brain is an efficiency machine, and it's done the math. It's basically concluded that the neurological cost of doing deep, meaningful, but difficult work is just too damn high compared to the cheap, easy hits that are available every second of the day. So no, your brain isn't broken. It's been hacked. And while it might not be your fault, it is your problem to solve.
So how in the world do we fix this calibration problem? Well, we can't just rely on motivation. That's a feeling, and feelings are fickle. We need a whole new operating system. We need objective metrics to guide our decisions when the stakes are high. Let's start with these three.
First up is the voluntary suffering ratio, or VSR. All this measures is how often you choose productive difficulty over ease, especially when nobody's watching. Do you make that tough client call, or do you send the safe email? Do you volunteer for the project nobody wants, or do you stick to what's easy? That massive gap you see between the average and the elite, your entire future is sitting right inside that gap.
I want you to start thinking about comfort in a new way. It's not neutral. It's a financial transaction. Every single time you put off that difficult conversation or delay starting that hard analysis, you're not just resting. You're taking out a loan from your future self. And the interest on that loan? It's delayed growth, it's lost credibility, and it's a problem that's always, always bigger when you finally have to face it. Comfort doesn't get rid of the cost, it just defers it and lets it grow.
Okay, this next one, this one reframes your entire day. Every action you take, big or small, is a vote. It's a vote cast in the constant election of who you are. When you take the time to mentor a junior colleague, even when you're swamped, you cast a vote for, I am a leader. When you cut corners on that report, you cast a vote for, I am someone who does just enough. The ledger isn't written in intentions, my friends. It's written in action.
All right, let's get super practical. We know the problem, we have the metrics, but how do you start when you just feel stuck? You see, the enemy isn't the task itself. It's not the slide deck, it's not the financial model. The real enemy is the gap, that tiny space between thinking about doing it and actually starting. In neuroscience, they call this the activation energy threshold. This tool is designed to completely obliterate it.
It looks almost too simple, I know. But the magic is in the execution. You don't commit to finishing the thing. You don't even commit to doing it well. You just commit to 5 minutes. 5 minutes of actual physical engagement. Open the document. Dial the first digit of the number. The crucial part is step 3, without negotiation. The second you start that internal debate, you've already lost. Remember this. You don't think your way into taking action. You act your way into the right thinking.
Look, a protocol like this is useless if it just stays in your head. So let's turn all this theory into a concrete plan, a rapid correction workshop that you can start using in your own life the second we're done here.
But before we get to the plan, you need an anchor. I want you to write this down somewhere you'll see it. This isn't some fluffy aspiration like, I'll try to be better. No, this is a declaration. This is your new operating policy. From now on, the debate about whether or not to do the hard, important thing is simply no longer open for discussion.
Now, this is not about getting it perfect in 7 days. Not at all. This is about one thing: collecting evidence. So today, you're going to use that ignition protocol on the number one thing you've been avoiding. Just 5 minutes. Tomorrow, on day 2, you're going to do a comfort tax audit. Find one easy choice you made and just name its future cost. See how it works? Each day builds on the last, giving you proof, real, tangible proof that you can operate differently. You're recalibrating your brain, one choice at a time.
When you really boil it all down, this whole conversation, it comes down to a single choice. A choice you actually make dozens of times every single day. It's the choice between 2 futures, 2 different versions of your life, and both of them are available to you right now, in this moment.
The comfortable life isn't a disaster. And you know what? That's what makes it so seductive. You'll be fine, you'll have a decent career, and you'll have 1,000 good excuses for all the things you didn't do. But fine. Fine is the sentence that will haunt you for the rest of your days. The earned life, on the other hand, it's harder, no doubt. It's built on 1,000 imperfect actions, not 1,000 good excuses, but it's the life where that gap, the one between who you are today and who you know you're capable of becoming, finally starts to close.
I am not asking you to change your entire life today. That's overwhelming. That's not how real change ever works. It all comes down to this number right here, 1. I am asking you to change just one single decision. The next one, the one that's coming up in the next hour, the next time you feel that friction, the next choice you have between what is difficult and what is easy.
You know, the true poverty of a comfortable life isn't that it leaves you with nothing. It's that it leaves you with almost everything. Almost got the promotion, almost launched the business, almost became the leader you were meant to be. And that right there is the real tragedy. You've known for a long time what you need to do next. The clock is running. Choose difficult, just this once, and then do it again.